What you talking for? I am the original. No, I'm not a copy, bruh. Woke up when I heard the truth. I wasn't sipping coffee, bruh. 1 + 1 ain't 42. You know this ain't adding up. Told us if we wanted change, we would have to vote for it. Showed Obama everything. All he did was just ignore it. Crime bills did us bad. Then they came with war on drugs. Now there's a pandemic. Everybody's scared to hug. Ask me how I feel. Truthfully, I don't give a damn. But ask me what I think, I'll tell you who the devil is. Ask me what I know, I'll show you where them devils live. They on top of everything, you know who the devil is. Black folks going through it, ain't no more community. The truth is what I'm standing on and learning my identity. Keep the law and love your brother, that's the only remedy. And for my dead homies, I'm forever pouring Hennessy. I feel like I'm running, but what am I running from? I feel like I'm running, but what am I running from? Everything my father told us, every day I'm getting older. Weight of the world on my shoulders, feel like I'm lifting up older. Feel like I'm running, but what am I running from? I feel like I'm running, but what am I running from? Everything my father told us, every day I'm getting older. Weight of the world on my shoulders, feel like I'm lifting up older. I feel your pain. I know your struggle, go and dry your tears, break them chains off your spirit. Now you running things, playing for the win. Damn right, we want the W. One hater is not enough, so they'll try to double you. Just focus on your mission, keep on pushing, never giving up. Babylon is falling, that's the shit I'm praying for. I seen that look. That's in your eyes, you a king, homie. Never ever trust a sister, don't buy into that dream, homie. Any weapon formed against me, I know it will not prosper. I heard the truth and changed my life, that's my rocket launcher. Let's put this bitch in motion, making moves without emotion. Take a sip of the hill potion, if it burns, that mean you growing. Ain't no time for running, but this is what it feels like. All I do is tell the truth, some may call it real life. I know we fucked up now, but one day we gon' get it right. Kings of the earth, so it's time for us to live right.
Fuck what them bitches gotta say. I'm a woman West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't give a love fuck what them niggas gotta say. I'm a woman West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't care about what they say. Hey. Fuck with my Akima, fuck with my sister, then I got a problem, I'm never gonna miss you. I got 100 hanging out the AR, I got a 50 hanging out the pistol. He say it's corner, I'm just being realistic. I be on them corner posted with the realest. If it's the Sabbath, then we going fishing. I'm really no man, that's a God-given mission. I'm really on 10, but I'm stamped in the pistol. I get the order, be glad of this mission. Hebrew Academy graduate, nigga, training, put through the baddest conditions. I fuck with none but the baddest of bitches. She righteous submissive, she glad to be with me. Had that thing Putin like Batman, niggas, she know I'm a prophet, she got to be listening. Respect, I ain't having that shit. Tell her go make some business from scratch. She bitchin' a different breed of black man. We don't do the back bend. I remember back when I was really trapping, trying to get the racks in, selling dope to black men. But now I'm trying to make it straight. Like, don't forget about my face. We standing up straight, can't fold us. Too heavy, the world won't hold us. Those bitches on rank, I told. Line up in these ranks, we soldier. You can take them to the bank, we focus on. How many times must we remind you? One body, one race, one way. I will never take up as a place. When the Lord, with your ain't no up next. It's just us, nigga, that's that on that. All that weak shit, that ain't no threat. Say you won't beat, bitch, with that ain't no sweat. We with all that. The Lord called a nigga out the world. I responded and called back. Oh, Lord. And everything that they stole from us, fuck the shit. We want all that. Them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come on the command and general, YAHANNA, we unaffiliated with them. Like they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. That's why we unaffiliated with them. I cannot fuck around with fake niggas. We taking ground when we in your city. You better have the women, have the liquor. Keep that bitch on me, please don't but the same. Don't be a fool and be another victim. Say you a goon, you just another Christian. How you my brother, you ain't in here with me. In the gutter, deep down in the trenches. We with them niggas locked up in the prison. Talking Hispanic, Native American, Indian. We ain't just talking shit, but we be living in it. We be everywhere, you can't miss it. And we be fresh as hell, take a picture. And we special now with the scriptures. Play, we gon' script them, yeah, we some killers. These niggas tripping, they mind blown. Rap in it, forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't get it pause when niggas say that they be looking for niggas to slide on. The slide that I know about is when I send with the gun for the slide on. Real, I get the order, you know that it's slaughter. See me and my niggas gon' die. The bigger the better for kingdom of heaven. You niggas get wet up by niggas, I'm fed up by I.S.U.P.K. My niggas won't let up, got choppers, got nines, AKs, Berettas. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with me and my nigga like bitch or whatever. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with me and my nigga like them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come on the command and general, YAHANNA, we unaffiliated with them. Like they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. See, they always ask us like, why y'all don't fuck with such and such? Why y'all won't come together with such and such? I be like, we unaffiliated with them. Understand me? Like, niggas be out here on some weirdo shit. And to be honest, that's why we unaffiliated with them. Hey, hey, hey. That's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. Oh. Hey, oh. Yeah. Hey. Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my nigga. Yeah. I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Lashawan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under command and general, yeah. That for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Look, hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners, all them pussy niggas talking shit. Yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we U.P.K, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm rippin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For I take your life or let you take mine. That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, and shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Check, check, check. Hey, let's clap it up. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabrak Thumb to my brothers. Yahweh Shemal Thumb by Shem Yahweh Shah to my sisters. We had an I.S.U.P.K. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, operating under the leadership and the tutelage of Commander General YAHANNA. We're not affiliated with no other Israelite group, Muslim, mosque, Christian church. You understand? Whatever you have it out there, man. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we stand on our own toes, on our own merit, man. You understand what I'm saying? And we've been bringing this truth out since 1969. What is the truth, you may ask? The truth is that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians of Negro descent of antiquity are the true Israelites of antiquity. You understand what I'm saying? We've been lied to so many times, man, to tell us that we are nothing, that we are this, we are that. But though they say they call us everything but a child of God. You understand what I'm saying? But the Most High said that we are the greatest people on the face of the earth. Tonight is Friday night. So, of course, what we do is we go over things that are pertinent to what? The language. You understand what I'm saying? We go over the way that we communicated with the Most High, the way the Most High communicated with the angels, the way the angels communicated with us. You understand what I'm saying? And we're going to go over some things tonight that's going to be reviewed, going to be new to some and old to others. You understand? I definitely want to touch on Matthew 27 and 46 because we've been talking to these Muslims. You understand? And they seem to act like they know every damn thing when it comes to, the Bible. But then when we tell them about their, toilet tissue of a Quran, then it's like we don't know nothing. We got to know the language. But it's the same thing when it comes to the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? You have to know the language as well. You understand? And we just so happen to be scholars in the language and we teach it. You understand? But the first thing we got to understand anything, right? Before you can understand where you're going, you got to understand where you came from. You understand? So even when it comes to that, we know that, like my brother about to bring out or read that. You got to go to the old paths. You understand? The old paths is the law, statutes, and commandments. The old paths is our language. You understand? I've always learned that you can identify a people through the language that they speak. You understand? And we're going to get that. Give me the book of Slacker. Right, in the traditions. Give me the book of Jeremiah 6:16, Baba Kasha.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 6, verse 16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see.
Thus said the Lord, stand ye in the way and see. So when we stand ye in the way, we're not standing in the way of you walking. You understand? Thus said the Lord, stand ye in the way and see, meaning this, right? You're standing in the ways of the priests and prophets of the Lord and seeing what they're doing. You understand? You're seeing what Moses did back in the day. You're seeing what Joshua did, what Malachi did. You understand? What Moses did. I think I just said Moses. But you're seeing what all these people did, what Christ did. You understand? What Paul, Peter, you understand? Luke, John, all these brothers did. And we're looking at what the men of the Lord are doing today in the I.S.U.P.K. You're standing in the way, you understand, and seeing, paying attention. You're observing. Read on.
And ask for the old paths.
And do what?
Ask for the old paths.
Now you got to ask for the new paths, right?
Ask for the old paths.
That means that everything that came before us. Ask for the what?
Ask for the old paths.
Now again, you got them Old Testament believers that only think that we only in the Old Testament for some odd reason. You understand? When it's like we broke the new covenant, the old covenant. So what covenant are we in? So what you telling me we in the purgatory of the old and the new covenant? That don't even make no damn sense. You understand? But it says, ask for the old paths. Read on.
Where's the good way?
Where's the good way? Old Christian church. Ooh, it says the old paths is the good way. What's the first thing they say when we tell them to follow law, statutes, commandments? Oh, that's their old thing. Y'all, we in the new thing now. It said, ask for what again?
For the old path.
Uh-huh.
Where's the good way?
Where's the bad way?
Where's the good way?
Or the done away way?
Where's the good way?
The good way. The old path is the good way. So we ask for the old path. When we come in here, the first thing we learn is about the old paths, which is the good way. You understand what I'm saying? From Monday to Sunday, we teach classes, man, from 7 to 9. You understand? Lord willing. Saturdays we have camp, and we have the Lashawan, the Sabbath service in the morning. You understand? But from those Mondays through Friday, then Sunday, we teach a class, and we're teaching you the old way, which is the good paths. Read on.
And walk therein.
And do what?
Walk therein.
So that means to walk it like you talking. Don't just talk about it, be about it, Negro. Don't say you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, or you love God, and then you're not showing that you love God, because guess what? Love is an action word. So Jeremiah is telling you do what again? And what?
And walk therein.
And walk therein. So if you say you love God, how do you say you love God if you can't reach up and give him a hug or things like that? You show it through your actions, your behavior. You keep the law, statutes, and commandments. He said in John, I think 14 and 15, he said, if you love me, keep my commandments. That's simple. You understand? So again, if you say you love the Lord, then guess what? You're going to do the actions of what he said to do. If you say you love your father, right? Then guess what? Whenever your father tell you to do what he tell you to do, you're going to do it. If you don't do it, then you don't love your father and you don't respect his authority. You understand? Right. Ain't no damn I forgot. You understand? Hey, you up here got a pork plate, a pork chop plate. Yeah, I didn't. Right. I forgot. I didn't hear you. Like, you got a whole pork chop plate in front of you talking about, oh yeah, I forgot we're not supposed to eat shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster. It's too late now, Negro. You done greased your lips with the disgusting pork. You understand? Pause. You understand? But even so, like it says, you got to walk therein, man. You got to do what thus said the Lord, man. And we do it day in and day out. Go ahead, Ottawa.
Everybody always like, okay, like, what's going on in the earth? You know, we know what's going on because we see it, we in here, we learn it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But everybody else is like, what's going on? And what they call themselves, YNs.
Yeah,
YNs don't believe in the Most High.
Right.
They're not scared of death.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because all of them run to death.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Everybody want this legacy or some BS like that. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know, like, the Lord saying, nah, you need to choose life.
That's right.
Take the old path. The old path is the way to life. This is what your legacy is. men right here in this book that you read about, what 3,000 to 4,000 years later? You understand? These men right here made a legacy that you read about today that everybody on earth trying to figure out what they talk about,
right.
Trying to include themselves in their messages, right. Trying to include themselves in their letters, trying to get the blessings of the Most High. These men 4,000 years ago, you understand, built their legacy off of loyalty to the Most High and following and honoring the laws, statutes, and commandments of God. Yeah. That's the real legacy. Damn right.
Give him a hand. Damn right. That's heavy, man. And that's the legacy that we are trying to build in the I.S.U.P.K today. You understand what I'm saying? When you go back into the archives and you see the life that a brother lived, you'll see that this brother lived a righteous life, man. You understand? The brother was sharing videos. He was in the classes. He was doing what thus said the Lord, man. Read on, bro.
And you shall find rest for your soul.
And you shall what?
Find rest for your soul.
Hey, look, I don't know if y'all know and understand, brother. Being in the truth is definitely rest for our souls. You understand? I'm telling you, even when we was at the Passover, I'm gonna tell you like this, and this is just coming from my experience, right? You understand? My son and my daughter was with me at the Passover. You understand? But even when I had to park the car, the sister that I picked up, you understand, she took my children with her so that they could go ahead and sit down and stuff like that. You understand? So I ain't got to worry about crossing the road with them or none of that, right? And I didn't feel no danger. I wasn't worried. You understand? When I got to the table, they was the same way that I left them, the same way they left me. They was the same way when they returned to me. You understand? Whenever my baby girl had to use the bathroom, I'm a man. I don't need to be in the women's bathroom, but I had a sister that could take my baby girl to the bathroom. You understand what I'm saying? And even the children that's running around having a good old time after the service, of course, you know, we getting straight to business first. But after the service, the kids is running around playing with the balloons and this and that. That's rest for our soul because, like I said, last year, the Passover, I was doing work. My rib was watching my son, and I asked my rib, where LJ at? It's like, damn, he over there somewhere. I wasn't even worried. I wasn't about to run over there, but oh man, where my son at? If he over there, I seen him. He good, having a good old time, running with his brothers and his sisters. You understand? That's rest for our soul. You know what's rest for our soul? Knowing and understanding that even though we're in the hellhole that we call America, is going to be destroyed, and our kingdom is going to be established. That's rest for our souls because now you understand we have that feeling of like, yeah, it's been rough. You understand? But we're going to win in the end. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the rest for our soul that we have, man. You won't find it nowhere else out of the I.S.U.P.K, man. Out of the righteous ranks of the Lord, man. Read on. Right.
But they said, we will not walk therein.
Ooh, that's a Christian church right there, man, Kevin. They say we ain't gonna walk therein. We don't know what you're talking about. You tell them, hey man, you need to put that shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster. Man, I've been eating shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster all my life. It ain't did nothing to me. Well, why the hell you got gout? So what? Oh, okay, come. Okay, come. So he said, you understand, like when it comes to that, I mean, good night. You understand? They tell you all these things, you know, but they said, man, we're not gonna walk therein. You understand? That's like the Isaiah 30 and 20 or 30 and 10, where it says, say to the seers, see not, and the hearers hear not. Prophesy unto us smooth words, man. That's what the Christian church wants. They want smooth words. You understand? They want to hear, close the doors. I said, lock the doors. What did they say? Lock the doors. I said, close the door. One of them. I think it might have been close the doors. Yeah, close the doors. You understand? That's what they want to hear. You understand? They want to hear that prosperity doctrine. Yeah, you understand? Then you had people up here that's just backing up what he said. This fool told me he want to get $40,000. What you need that for? You understand? Talking about y'all ain't gonna do nothing with it anyway. You gonna go to the restaurant. Then you had one pastor talking about, so you broke, busted, and disgusted because of how you've been honoring me. Talking about he's not worthy of a Movado watch. What the hell does a Movado watch got to do with the work of the Lord? What is a Movado watch? You're right. Like, it's crazy, man. You understand? Drop that, brother. Give me the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7. Right. That part. Now, if y'all got any questions, man, online, man, you understand? We working with some things, so I'll check online, man. But y'all put it in a group chat, and Lord willing, we will definitely get to it, man. Yeah, I'll probably check on my phone. And look, y'all know, you understand? Shout out to Atlanta, man. You understand what I'm saying? Let's get that in hand for the Lord's 56th annual Passover. Damn right, man. You understand? In the eyes of the Lord, we have started a new year. You understand? The Passover is basically the beginning of the year. You understand? All things become new in what? The spring. You understand? So with that being said, like we said, we're in the feast of first fruits. We're gonna be feasting for 50 days, man. You understand? I love the Lord. You feel me? The Lord said party for 50 straight days, young man, Kevin. You understand? What pagan holiday you know that tells you to do that in America? Not one. Not whatsoever. Yeah, oh my goodness. We're gonna close the whole city down. We're gonna be to wild for 50 straight days. You know what I'm saying? Right. Oh boy, the kids gonna love that. Right. Right. They're gonna be like, right. They're gonna be like Super Saiyan. School is out. You know what I'm saying? For real. Right. I'm telling you, God. Right. Hey, give me that. Go ahead and read that scripture when you get it, brother.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old.
Do what?
Remember the days of old.
Remember the days of old, man. You understand? Why y'all think I brought the scripture out? Matter of fact, why you think that Moses was saying this? This is during the time of when we came out of the land of, you understand? When we came out of the land of Egypt. Moses said, remember the days of old. Why would he say that? Because he knew that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we would forget it. You understand? He's prophesying and he's saying it to us today, or our people that back then. Remember the days of old, man. Read on.
Consider the years of many generations.
Consider the years of many generations, man. So not only are we supposed to remember the days of old, we're supposed to consider the years of many generations. You understand? Meaning we're supposed to go into these scriptures and see the records and see what happened with our forefathers and our foremothers and make sure that we don't repeat it. That's why we consider the years of many generations, because we see how messed up we was in each generation. And now we go and find out what was the source of our wickedness, and then we steer away from it and we change our lives. That's why Moses is saying that, because he knew the children of Israel was hard-headed as hell. Hell, when we came out of the land of Egypt, guess what we were doing? We built a golden calf as soon as Moses went up to talk to the Most High. Huh? And the Most High pissed off. He be like, man, you know, I'm about to destroy all these damn people. I just saved them with a mighty hand, and you telling me they're going to sacrifice to another God instead of me? What? Moses said, well, damn, Lord, Salaki, sir, if I may. What would they say if you saved the children of Israel just to unalive them in the wilderness? And it said it repented the Most High. You understand what I'm saying? But it was just going to be Mosites. It was going to be the Levitical priests of Moses. That was it. It was just all going to be Levites. But the Most High had compassion on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And we're supposed to look upon that, consider the years of many generations, remember the days of old, and say, oh, the Lord was going to destroy Israel at that point in time. But because the Most High had compassion and an Israelite or a priest stood in a gap for Israel, we got to know and understand the importance of following the Lord, man. You understand? Read on.
Ask thy father, and he will show thee.
Ask thy what?
Thy father, and he will show thee.
Ask thy fathers, and they will show thee. Read on.
Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
Thy elders, and they will tell thee. You understand? And it's so heavy because we can ask our brothers and our sisters in the I.S.U.P.K. Captain Nyathak is like a perfect father to us. You understand what I'm saying? We can go to Captain Nyathak about counsel, about life, about the scriptures, anything. We can ask him, and guess what? He gonna tell us. Come on, sir. Talk to him.
Trying to come out and say, well, I did this, and did that, and the other. And guess what? You can go to Command Beyond, you understand, and ask Command Beyond, okay, what was the one, the old one West like? What was it like before the great, before the split? You understand?
Right.
Before all you brothers died twice, not once.
Right.
You understand? What was it like then? You understand? What was it like when you had head priest REI and them around? You know,
right.
Like, or Israelite then, because man, YAHANNA came up in the beginning of that old one West. You understand? So you can go to our elder and ask him, what's the history about the school?
Right.
What's the history about people?
Right.
You understand? If you got questions about the scripture, you can go to Command Beyond. And don't ever think that you're too great. Jeremiah still go to Command Beyond.
Right.
You have to take advantage of having the elders. That's why the scripture telling you to go to your elders.
That's right.
You understand? Because that's where you're going to get your history from. That's how you find the
Nah, that's heavy. I want to add on to that, like you said, like, hell, we going to our elders and our forefathers, or you know what I'm saying, your father, every Thursday. Every Thursday, we get to ask General Hyman a question. You understand? Get a breakdown from him in the scriptures. Find out anything you need to know from him. Let alone the countless amount of counsels he has set up, that you can set up with him if you need counsel. You understand? These are the things that are set up in Israel that you can't get nowhere else. You have even Israelites that's not in the I.S.U.P.K that's getting counsel from Commander General, or so like General Hyman. You understand? He talks about it all the time. But what the hell are y'all doing that y'all call yourself following the Lord? Y'all ain't keeping the Passover. Y'all ain't keeping the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You understand? And this is the problem, because we don't remember the old days. Go ahead, sure. Talk to me. What's up with you?
And if thou seest a man of understanding, give thee the time unto him.
Right.
Put where the step of his door.
Right.
You understand? That's it, like that man that used to be wearing down that doorstep. You understand? Meaning what? You should be always coming to that man and asking him everything you can. You understand? You should be like, you find somebody like managing around one of the general captains, officers in these schools, man. You understand? You should be going to that brother. You understand? You should be trying to get everything, every question, every doubt answered by that brother.
Right.
You understand? You don't think that, oh, I'm bothering this brother. No, the scripture says wear down the step.
Wear down the sour box.
Calling that brother all times.
Yeah, right.
Every question you coming from, nigga, you need understanding. You don't have the understanding. You trying to get the understanding.
That's right.
You find a man that got the answer, you need to be asking questions.
That's right.
That's in the scriptures. Mm-hmm. You can't just walk out here willy-nilly, free ball and pause. You understand? You got to ask questions.
That's right.
That's the scriptures.
You're right. Right on with it, Adawan. Like, and that's why I love this school, because everywhere we go, man, if you got a question, let's say you were dealing with a brother or sister or something, and they brought up something you know in the scriptures, you understand? And you, anytime you get to talking to a brother, hey, Salaki, sir, if I could, I got a question. So I got a breakdown of this. Oh, yeah, what you got out? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and bring it out. Read the scripture. If the brother got the wisdom of that scripture, he going to break it down right then and there, and you get the full understanding. You can't do that in the Christian church, man. You understand? Half of the book they don't even believe in. So whenever you read, and then, you know what, Ottawa, I noticed too, not only the Old Testament they don't believe in Revelation. They tell you Revelation is the forbidden book. You can't read that book. So they barely believe in the New Testament as well. Good night. Like, it's ridiculous, man. You understand? Read on with that scripture, brother. It's a like it.
Thy elders, and they will tell thee. Verse 8. When the Slack. Do you want me to go to verse 8?
Most time, Christ. Let's get a Lord a hand, man. All right. So not last week or the week before last. You understand? But the week before that, we was going over the present tense. You understand? We was going over feminine endings and things like that, right? Y'all see what you see on the board. If you got any questions, put it in the group chat. I got my phone here, so you understand I got you. Now, Sister Wawa said, can we go over the colors? You understand? And we can definitely do that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, before we get into the colors, Sister Wawa, we're going to get into, you understand, the basics of Hebrew, right? which is saying, ah, by God. Matter of fact, young man Kevin, say your alphabet for me, Baba Kasha.
I.P.A.T.Z.A.Q.A.R.A.S.H.A.T.A.
Oh, sorry, correct. Young man Johnny. Young man Johnny. Young man Johnny, talk about your boy. Who we? Young man Justin, talk to me. What you got, brother?
Abagada Hawaza Ka Ta Ya Ka Lamana Sa I Patiza Kwara Shata.
You know who I'm going to next. That's what you looking at me. Talk to me. What you got?
Abagada Hawaza Ka Ta Ya Ka Lamana Sa I Patiza Kwara Shata.
Man, give yourselves a hand, man. Hey, look. They breeze over this language, but I don't think they understand how difficult this is. First, especially when you first come in here, you understand. You got brothers and sisters that be trying to say just the greeting. They be like Shalom, Yahweh, like they can't say it. I'm telling you. But this is the foundation of how we speak our language. You got, like you said, I said myself, ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, kwa, ra, sha, ta. And I didn't do that and learned that with overnight. It took me some time. You understand? One thing I've learned with, shout out to, I always tell this story, shout out to Officer 1000 Yanazar, right? Officer Yanazar, one day, he got up there and he was asked to read the Lashawan Qadash for the Sabbath service. You know what I'm saying? And when he read it, yeah, Salaki, sir. It was a feast day, but I think it was a Sabbath service. I think one of the feast days was a Sabbath Comic Con. You know what I'm saying? So he got up there and read Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. And he's a trooper, y'all. We both troopers at this time. And he came down on the podium. I'm like, man, what the world? Like, how in the world you know how to read? Bro, he read it like it was English. Like, for real. I'm like, Salaki, sir, how you learn how to read that? He told me, man, hey, look, everything. He said, what I did was I took my notebook pad and I dedicated it to only Hebrew. He said he wrote it down about 10 times each time. At first, he said he wrote it down 40 times. I said, it's a lucky, sir, man. My hand gonna be damn hurting by the time I get to damn Ba or Ga. You understand? He's like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta write it that many times. He said, but just write it. You understand? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. He said, just write it, you know what I'm saying, repetitively. You know what I'm saying? And the more you get to see it, you'll understand it. So like, most high in Christ. And that's what I did. You understand what I'm saying? And lo and behold, here I am in front of y'all today. Barakatah Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. You understand? So we're gonna write it down so you can see what my brethren was just saying. You understand? And then we're gonna tell you the breakdown of it. We're gonna give you the characteristics. You understand? And we like I said, we're gonna go from there. And the one thing I love about our language, right? Our language, like, which is, like I said, we're going to get into that Matthew 27 and 46 as well, Lord willing, because I want to fully break this down because, the Muslims, they keep saying that when Christ was quoting the Eli Sabachthani, you understand, Lama Sabachthani, they was trying to say that he was saying it in Aramaic. You understand? Now, I'm not going to lie. I found this out within the battle, and I think this is so heavy. But Yahushua was quoting King David. You understand? And I think it's even more heavy to see what he was saying and what King David was saying when he was quoting them. But we're going to go over all that tonight, man. You understand? But like I said now, before we get into it, you understand? If y'all got any questions, feel free to ask Baba Kashaf. You understand? I don't care if it's your first day today. We'll go from the day one, and we'll go into it. You understand? Because it's only right. When we came into the school, that's the same thing that happened with us. If we needed John 3:16 broken down, you understand? Hey, look, the brother going straight to it. All right, so. All right, so I'm gonna write it like this first, right? So we got ah, we got ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, tza, qua. Oh, good man. Qua, ra, sha. It's all right. So, of course, this is the foundation of our language. And also, it's the most favorite language or the most favorite writing that we all love because when you get into that Assyrian, ooh wee, Lord be with you. I'm telling you. So again, to say it, we know when you saying and speaking the Hebrew, right? You want to speak the Hebrew or say the Hebrew as if you're a baby. You understand? You know, also Bunky, y'all say this a lot, and so do I. You understand? The Hebrew is like when a baby first comes out the womb. All they know is what? Ba ba, ga ga, da da. You understand? So you saying it just like that. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ha, ta, ya, slacking. Ka, ta, ya. Hold on. Did I mess up? I might have did. Ta, no, I did right. Ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, qua, ra, sha, ta. And you know one thing that I've noticed, y'all, I don't know if I said this, I might have said it before, right? In the alphabet, right? When it comes to the alphabet, when we say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, right? If you ever notice that when you would say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, in the characters, there's the same sequence in the regular alphabet. Y'all know what I'm talking about? What I'm talking about? Yeah, man, just I see you shaking your head. What sequence am I talking about? I just kind of gave it to you. I just gave you what I was talking about. What sequence do you see here in the alphabet in the characters? That's the same. He messed up when he shake his head, didn't he? He like, damn. He like, damn, I should have shook my head. Nah, you, yeah. Nah, you got it, right? I promise you got it. You got it, brother. Because just look at the sequence up here. I'm gonna say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. What's next?
Okay.
What's next?
O
Uh-huh.
M N.
Stop right there. Why I say that, right? With the alphabet, we say K L M N. Look at this. K L M N. You see that? I bet y'all didn't notice that this whole time we've been saying it, right? And see, this is what I'm saying. Esau is a thief. He takes what we have from the Lord and he creates it as his own. But then he sends us to jail for being a thief, right? I was talking to a brother today, and I'm like, the same man that locks us up for the things that we do, the crimes that we do, he's the main ones that supposed to enforces it, but he also breaks the laws that he does. Like I told him, like Captain Qadash, I said, they send us to jail for graffiti, but they carve their faces in mountains. That's graffiti. Those, what is it? What's the forefathers that they got on Mount Rushmore? That's graffiti. But they send us to jail for the same thing. You understand? Esau is a robber, is a thief, because that same J and KLMNN is ours. You understand? But I just wanted to show y'all that. You understand? If I need, I gotta find those notes because a lot of these is where he got all that. Like the A, he got the A from Ah. The B from Ba. The G, God. All that, so forth and so on. You understand what I'm saying? So now, go ahead, talk to me. Right. Right. Con. Right. There you go. Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Lashawan Qadash came first. I don't know why you damn right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, this is Sister K. You can say your alphabet for me, Barbara Kashaw. Talk to me. What you got? Most High Christ. You want to say it, Sister Mozzie? Okay, no sweat. I know sometimes you be like, I want to be involved in the class too. You know, you sure, Mama? Mozzie said, look, man, leave me alone. I want my chill pill tonight. Ain't no sweat. All right. So with that being said, we got I.L.O.P, Bayath, Gamal, Dalath, Hana, Wa, Zion, Call, Salaki. That W is ugly. Call, Ba, Ta, Na, A, Yad, Kop, Lamad, Mayam, No One. Hey, you know what? It's a brother named, I'm telling you, every time I do this, I think about a brother's name. You know why? Because one, the Bigo. I ain't gonna lie, I've met so many brothers from different zones on Bigo, but it's a brother out of Florida. Remember the young brother? He's 16 now. He's an officer of 50, and he graduated Hebrew Academy this year. The one Allah. Remember, I don't know if you remember, but he called up. He was 14 years old, and he called up to Cross the Line Radio. And when he called up to Cross the Line Radio, he was asking, what is it takes to be a priest? Because he was learning under us, you understand, watching the videos. But, you understand, he's in the house of his mother and father. So he didn't want to, Cap was like, don't go against him. Like, keep the law, statutes, and commandments, you understand? But don't disrespect them. Yeah, Khan. This brother, he's a priest. He's 16 now. He's a priest, blazing at camp. Hey, guess what? He's that young nigga you was talking about, Ottawa. Yeah, remember when you were just talking about young niggas earlier. You understand? That brother is a prime example of a young nigga that became a young man that became a goddamn young officer. You understand what I'm saying? I seen Captain Tazariot say that. He said, we'll take that young nigga and turn him into a young man. And then we'll turn him into an officer. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, look, King David was a young nigga. Salakia, you understand? In the temple, cutting the dot. Right. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Right. Yeah. God, what kind, sir? Hey, nah, look, I know that's passion and the truth. So again, like we said, I was just saying that too. Like I said, man, shout out to the one y'all. You understand, Officer 15, the one y'all. But and it was a glorious to even talk to the brother, man, because his mindset is so glorious. But I was wondering, like I said, this means sprout, and his name is Nawanya Allah. So I don't know if it means sprout of the Lord, but that just shows you how our words can mean different things. You understand what I'm saying? So we got Con. You to why, sir? It's class. Right. That's right. 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 That's right.
how close to the Most High, where the Most High sent angels. You understand? And the angels saying, "Oh, well, you gonna have this, and this is what this baby's gonna be like. This is what it's gonna call." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Kind of kind.
we have to be real close with the Most High.
Yeah, all right.
You understand? For the Most High to be giving us names to babies and
Damn right.
telling us what the baby's gonna be like,
Right.
what they gonna become. Like, come on, man.
Damn right, sir.
Our name meant something.
Right. What's the one that I think is in Deuteronomy 4 and 6, where it says, let me read it, because that's heavy. You said that, sir. It says, keep therefore, it's matter of fact, 4 and 7. It says, for what nation is there so great who hath God, the Most High, so nigh unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for. Good night. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's right. Come. Right. Nothing. That's right. Come, sir. And that's heavy you say that, man. Like you said, like you think about it like an angel. First off, you just minding your damn business. And you chilling, and the angel of the Lord appeared to you. And I know every time they said they appeared to him, every time the angel had to say, fear not, brother. Fear not, sister. So you know that angel had to put some fear in your heart. But he like, nah, nigga, I'm on your side. Fear not. Huh? I come to tell you the good news of the Lord. I don't want to sound Christian, y'all. But he's like, I'm coming to tell you what thus said the Lord. You understand? You gonna put what it say, you gonna conceive a child. That child that you're conceiving is of the Holy Spirit, man. You understand? Everything you did ain't no sweat. The most high, 2 manner of people are in your womb, otherwise. What? You know that Rebecca was like, what in the world? She went to inquire of the Lord and he answered her questions. Man, come on, man. Hey, what General Muhammad said, forget about it. I pray you understand. You understand? So with that being said, we got I.S.U.P.K, we got Bayath, we got Gamal, we got Dalath, Hana, Wawa, Zayan, Kama, Tana'ah, Yad, Kap, Lamad, Mayum, Nawan, Samak, Ayan, Pa, Tazad, Kawash, Ra'ash, Shun, and Thaw. So hopefully y'all got all that right. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna erase. Let me see. I'll erase the characters so that y'all can see I.S.U.P.K and then see I.S.U.P.K means this. Bayath and the Bayath means that. So that's what I'll start. I'll start on. Because I'm pretty sure y'all got the characters down pat because we had this up here for the longest, right? So like you said, I don't know. I think it's because of that sweetness too, because you know what I'm saying, with the wine and the strong. Oh, it could be that too. Well, not because I don't know. Might be both. Oh, Comic-Con. Right. And like I always tell everybody, right? With you learning the Lashawan Qadash, right? And this is, like I said, the foundation. You understand? You got, hold on, let me see. Basket. Let me finish writing this down, all right? Hand, learn, water, or waters, sprout, establish, eye, mouth, side, snare, head, teeth, and then mark. So even like we said with these, right? Like, so you got the characters, which is there's 22 characters. You got Abba, Gada, Hawa. Hold on, let me see. 22, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So you got 22 characters. So when you find the foundation of Hebrew, you get 22 characters. You get the breakdown of the characters, which is the I, the Ba, the Ga. Then you get the alap, meaning the characteristics of the characters. And then you get the English translation of the characteristics of the characters. If that's 22 times 4, 22 times 4 is 88. You know 88 things about Hebrew with just learning the foundation of Hebrew. So now you know when you see the character what it is. Now you know once you see the character, you know the characteristic of the character that you see, right? Now you know what the characteristic means in the English. You understand what I'm saying? So this, like for example, right? So this would be the character. Ah, that's the character, right? This is the character. Then I.L.O.P. Matter of fact, we're gonna do I. So the translation of the character is the ah, right? Then you have the characteristic of the character, which is I.L.O.P, right? And then you have the transliteration of I.L.O.P, which is cow. So you have the character first, right? The character is the right? Then you have the transliteration, it's like the translation of the character, meaning now you're going to translate it into the English, you understand? Which is the Then you have the characteristic of that character, which is the I.L.O.P. And then the transliteration of the characteristic, which is cow. You understand what I'm saying? And now, if you want to even go further, right? Y'all got all this written down right here? Let me see. Hey, y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all got everything written down so I can see where we at. I don't want to move too fast. Hey, let me give a shout out to everybody that's tuning in, man. Shalom, Yahweh Shamala, Thun by Shem Yahweh, shout out Sister Yakara. You understand? My rib, you understand? My princess, Sister Wawa, Sister Juanita, Sister Lanisha, you understand? Oh, Salaki, I thought you said something. Okay, sis. Hey, well, look, I'll take your time, sis. We here all night. You know what I mean? But give me a 1 in the chat whenever you get done so I can go ahead and kind of move on to the next one. But no rush, sis. But even with that being said, let me see. I can possibly. Nah, I ain't gonna cluster the board. But I'm gonna show another part of it, right? And I want to get good at it. And Lord willing, I'm gonna dedicate a class to this whole specific thing, right? And while y'all getting that, I'm gonna look it up. While y'all looking that up, I'm gonna look up the word pronosination. Proto-Sinaitic. Proto-Sinaitic. It says the Proto-Sinaitic script is a Middle Bronze Age. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Adawan, the Middle Bronze Age, that was the Dark Ages, right? I'm gonna look that up. I'm about to look that up. Me either. That's one thing that I listen. Whenever I see brothers be doing that, huh? Me too. Right. Me either. Man, if I could, also my Shamar is a fool with that history. You hear me? What? That's why, like I said, on that big O, where he be going in, like he be telling, like I learned so much from just listening. Like you said, getting at the feet of the prophets of the Lord, wearing down the door of the saints. You understand? I always tell them they be trying to talk to me about his. Hey, look, Salakia. I tell them the truth. Hey, look, I'm not the one to talk about the history. Go, as a matter of fact, I'll summon him, I'll call him, or I'll share the live to him, and he could go talk to you about the history. Man, he'll go into the hey, yeah, you talk about such and such and such and such. Sometimes I'll be like, damn, do he know about that? He'll go right into it. I'm like, Most High in Christ. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And see, a little story he told me about, he challenged Captain Katazai about some of the stuff. That's how he came into the truth. He said he seen something that Captain Katazai shared on Facebook. And he tried him. He's like, nah, man, that's not what that said. He thought he knew because he was always been interested in it anyway. He said Captain Katazai cut the hell out of him. And he said ever since then, he checked it out. And a lot of people, what I've heard is a lot of people came into the truth trying to disprove the truth, but they found no flaws in it. And they had no choice but to just stay with it. You know what I'm saying? What's that, Ottawa? Uh-huh. Yeah. Right, Kawaka. And I'm telling you, it's like that's how you know the I.S.U.P.K is the home of the truth, man. You understand what I'm saying? Because they come in and try to refute the truth and try to dis Officer Kazak Tamar 5,000 out of Florida. He tried to do the same thing. He said he couldn't do it. He's like, damn, I'm already here. Like I tried to disprove it, but now I just gotta run with it. You understand? Oh. Most High in Christ. Damn right. Nah, we know what's up. Yeah.
I moved here. I ain't had no family here.
Right.
No one here. Nobody here. And so this brother got like took me in, like showing me around, stuff like that. Introduced me to his family, and his kids, and all that.
Right.
I grew up along with his brother. It's like, damn, like if this was my brother, I'm going with my brother.
Most High in Christ. Hey, that's heavy. Hey, you know what? That just remind me about David and Nathan. Is it David and Nathan, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, I think it says that the love they had succeeded the love that they had for a woman. And people try to say that was a homo thing, but it's brotherly love. You understand? I know you know the saying that we used to say back in the day, bros before hoes. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, come on, man. That's biblical, Ottawa. Yeah. Damn right. Right. Yes. And that's heavy, Ottawa. So going into it, it says the Proto-Sinaitic script is a Middle Bronze Age. So let me open up another tab. So I want to see what the Middle Bronze Age was. Because if I'm not mistaken, that was during the time of King James. Middle Bronze Age. It said the Middle Bronze Age, approximately between 2000 and 1550 BCE, is a period in history marked by a significant advancement in civilization, particularly in the Near Eastern Europe. This era witnessed the expansion of cities, the development of more sophisticated tools and weapons. Hold on. Let me be more specific, because you know Esau, he's very cunning in his what he's like to say. Middle Bronze Age is the Dark Ages. No, the Middle Bronze Age is not considered the same as the Dark Age. The Middle Bronze Age is a distinct period in the development of the metalworking, while the Dark Ages refer to a period of, okay, so it's not the same, right? So let me see Sister Lanisha, she to all right, throughout the Sister Lanisha. We can't see the words. Which words can't you see? Hey, Shalom, sis Yahweh Shemala thought by Shemi Awashah. She said she can't see the words. Sister Wawa says she can't see the words. Oh. All right, so he just cut the lights off. Okay, Most High in Christ. I think y'all should be to wide. Give me a 1 in the chat if y'all can see the words. But Sister Lanisha said that she's done writing, so I'm gonna show y'all, like I said, what I was talking about, all right? And I want to dedicate a class to this because, shout out to Captain to, it might be a glare. The light has some glare on it. All right, Most High in Christ. The water, sis. So Captain Captain Katazar, right? He first showed this to me, and it's called the Damn, I don't know if y'all can see. I can't even see if y'all can see it. Good night. I'm gonna wait till it catch up. All right, so we're gonna bring it closer. Yeah. Good night. So they can see that, right? You see it says proto-Sinaitic, right? And I got closer. Most High Curse, right? So now I must zoom in with that, right? I gotta wait for it to catch up on Google or on YouTube. Okay, now you see it, right? So that's how the characters look. So now I'm gonna erase this, and like I said, I love this example that Captain Katazar always brought out. You understand? And I still need to find the other one, right? So remember the one I brought out when I first brought out the Proto-Sinaitic was Proto-Sinaitic, right? So the I would be, like you said, a cow, right? So the Proto-Sinaitic of that would be this. This is the Proto-Sinaitic, right? Then you got the La, which is Lamad, which is like this, right? It's a staff. You understand? That's why you think about it. I know we all probably seen the movie The Lion King, right? Y'all remember The Lion King? What did y'all remember? Y'all know who Rafiki is? The monkey. What did the monkey have in his hand? A staff. You remember whenever Simba was trying to learn about his past and everything, and he didn't remember, what did Rafiki do to Simba? Right. So that staff, that's why it looks like that, because that staff was used to kind of remember. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you think, thinking of it in that sense. So it was something that was showed to learn, because affliction will cause you to learn some mess that you didn't know that you could learn. You understand? Ooh-wee. You feel what I'm saying? But then we got the Ma, right? The Ma is Mayum, which is like the waters. You understand? The Ba is the Bayath, which is like an enclosed house. So it goes like this. Right? So, right, with that being said, I said I was going to do it at a later time. I kind of realized I'm doing it right now. Good night. Most High Christ. And literally, yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to get a breakdown on this so I can really go into it. Because when you see this, now remember we was talking about this also, I thought you was like, when I was like with certain words or characters, like with the comma, when it say fence, you like, I don't really see it like that. I think once you see how the proto-Sinaitic is, then you'll really see like, oh, this is how that is. You feel what I'm saying? So, right. So you got, like I said, the bayath, right? So I'm gonna write. So we know again, this is strength. This is learn. This is water. And this is house. So we got la, ma, ba, just for some examples, right? So like I said, with father. Father is what? What's father, Sister Mozzie? How you say father in Hebrew? What you call dada? You at this shy today. You ain't gonna talk to me, Mozzie. Yeah, I figured that's what it is. No sweat. What's how you say it, Mozzie? Give my sister a hand. Damn right. Damn right. She said Abba. Abba. Right? So the is strength. Ah, dang, but hold on. Let me make sure I'm reading. Y'all ain't gonna tell me I can't spell. Is the G supposed to replace the E? Let me see. Okay, so I spelled it right. STRENGTH. Boy, English is terrible. I can't. It don't even make sense. Because where's the strength? Where's the G at? String the it's strength. That me look. Y'all about to have me be like Cat Williams. He said, my teacher said, spell knife. He said, NFIE. She said, no, that is wrong. He said, what? She said, it's KNFIE. He said, what the hell is the K doing there? He said, that is cut knife. Cut knife. She said, well, the K is silent. He said, well, why the hell is that bug in there then? Like, yo, English is terrible, bro. I'm not gonna lie. So like, it is, you know what I'm saying? So you got strength, which is I, right? Then you got bayat, which is house. Abba, damn right, sis. I want to know, before I finish this breakdown, I'm going to look at father. And I just want to look at the definition of what father means, right? Let's see what Google gives us. We're going to go into the Merriam-Webster. Okay, so it's not giving me what I'm looking for, but I just wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we ain't gonna read all that because some of them breakdowns is crazy. But when it comes to father in our language and our characteristics, right? You got the which means strength, and then you got the ba, which means bayah. So if I was the right father, this is how I would write it in a proto-Sinaitic. You got and then you got ba, right? Now, if I wrote it in the ancient, you got ba, ba. If I wrote it in the Assyrian, you have ba. So this is Assyrian. This is ancient. And this is proto Sinaitic. So that's Abba, right? You got the Assyrian, which is the one that everybody loves to hate. The ancient, which is everybody's favorite way to write. And then Proto-Sinaitic, which means strength of the house. So if I wrote this in here, it would be so Abba means strength of the house. Now, Amma, right? I've been trying to figure this out since the first time I brought this out, and I need to put this in the group chat, and I'm going to, right? Amma, which is the mother, right? So with the mother, so the Amma, I'm going to say I speak as a man when I say this, right? And why I say I speak as a man, because I have not got the official breakdown of it, right? But if we're talking about the mother, the father is the strength of the house. He's the head of the house. So, matter of fact, Kev, you still writing these notes down? When you get a chance, give me Mark 3 and 27. I'm going to show y'all something. Let me get there with you to make sure that I'm correct, right? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Is that that's too wild? No, I'm saying is that this too wild? As far as the taste was, I had a couple other ones that like I like the Four Roses, Larceny is too wild. Man, what the hell? Look at that. What's that? The weed? They showing off like. Yeah.
He got to move your concept.
All right, both are correct. That's just wow.
This the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 7.
27 by the
So this the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house.
No man can what?
Enter into a strong man's house.
A weak man, right?
A strong man's house.
A docile man?
A strong man's house.
No man can enter into a strong man's house. What would that be? What would that strong man be with the context of what we're talking about, y'all? Young man Kevin.
A father.
A father. No man can enter into a strong man's house is what? The father, the strength of what? What's that word? A what man's house?
A strong man.
A strong man's house. The strength of the house. Read on.
And spoil his goods.
And spoil his goods. What would be his goods? His family, the merchandise, the house itself, the things that he's established. No man can enter into a strong man's house. Read on.
Except he will first bind the strong man.
Except what?
He will first bind the strong man.
So now understand this, man. That's why they have what they call back in slavery buck breaking. Because they would enter into the strong man's house, meaning they would make the strong man to look weak in front of his wife, in front of his family. And now the woman looks at him like he's nothing. Because they've bind the strong man. And they've used it. And you think about that word buck breaking. You understand? It's very graphic, if I may. But they entered into his house and they've bind him. And now they've spoiled their goods. Now the wife looks at him like, damn, you couldn't even defend yourself against this man. And now she's going to look at the oppressor, the one that broke him, as the one that she goes to the authority for. Read that from the top, Salaki.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house
Right.
and spoil his goods,
Right.
except he will first bind the strong man,
Any more on that?
and then he will spoil his house.
And then he will spoil his house. Spoil is to rob. Spoil, and then you think about it, it's to rob too. But if you think about it, right, if milk is sat out for too long, it spoils. Meaning what? Their house, that milk is no good. So is there any more on that, brother? That was it. All right, Most High in Christ. So when he spoils the brother's house, his house is no good now. Now that strong man, which is the strength of the house, becomes weak, right? So now what we're talking about with the Amma, right? Amma, like I said, I speak as a man. I want to get the full, the UPK breakdown. You understand? So don't quote me on this, right? But we saying the strength of the waters. Waters is what make things flow, right? So you think about it, whenever the Most High created the woman, you understand? And matter of fact, the woman, Salaki, the woman was created with everybody. But whenever the Most High gave Adam his woman, he said that he needed a helpmeet. The work that Adam was doing when he was naming the animals and tilling the ground and things like that, Adam needed somebody to help him with this work. You understand? And sees that strength that helps everything else flow. That's why I say I speak as a man, because I'm only saying this because of how the characters is formulating, the proto-Sinaitic. You understand? You think about it, a man, a woman's femininity is her biggest power and her strongest strength. You understand? Because a woman, she go up to Uncle Leroy, right? Her husband. And she said, hey, Leroy, don't do that, baby. Leroy be pissed off, mad as hell. Whoa! Leroy look at that soft voice and be like, okay, Shirley, you right, baby. You know what? My fault, Shirley. Shirley done calm Leroy down. She done touched him with that soft touch. Huh? Leroy then said, damn, Shirley, baby, my fault. I'm sorry. My apologize. But Leroy is the strength of the house. But then again, she has that strength in how the house flows. She's everywhere. She's helping with Leroy. She's helping with her husband. She's helping with the children. Huh? She's the strength of how the flow of the house is. And if you see how the waters flow, it flows as a quiet calm. You understand what I'm saying? Talk to me, Adawan. Yeah, there you go. Huh? It says her husband need not spoil. What? That matter of fact, that go right with Mark 3:27. Spoiling his goods. She is his goods. But if you got that Proverbs 31 woman, it says that he needs not spoil. She represent him in the gates. You think about it with Jenna Muhammad. Jenna Muhammad like, whose wife is this right here? The sister that did good. Whose wife is this? Oh, this is the house of Officer Ayathan, Most High in Christ. Oh, Officer Ayathan, you've been teaching your wife right. You've been bringing her up as a One West sister. She's a princess. She has a head cover. You understand what I'm saying? And now you see the flow of the house because everything is in order. It starts with the head, which is the strength of the house. But also the flow, the strength of the flow of the room, the river of the water that's in the house, she contributes to that. You understand? We love our women. So they call us misogynistic. Y'all just don't know how much we love these women. But we don't pander our women. You understand? If you get me. So with that being said, with the newcomers as well, right? You have what I have under here is called the connectors. The connectors is what formulate a sentence or a word. So in here, if it frowns and it's upside down, then you understand it's by itself. So give me a 1W in the group chat in the chat, right? To let me know that y'all got all this that's up here. And then I'm gonna break down the characters and Sister Wawa, you understand, we're gonna get into the um the colors. And that'll be the last thing for the class, man. The water for y'all rocking with us, man. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, you are in the One West, the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander General YAHANNA. You understand? We've been breaking out, you understand, just the foundation. You understand? One thing I've learned is as much as we go into so many complex things, we want to always stick and keep the foundation of what we're doing, because that foundation builds the entire house. So if I got the first off, you're not going to build a roof. You ain't gonna put a roof over a house without having a foundation first. You got to have the foundation. When you lay that foundation, now you're starting to build that house. Now you can start building the size of the foundation or the size of the house. Now you can start doing these things, putting the plumbing in and things like that. And then the last thing you're going to do is what? Put that roof on that house. Yeah, I'm saying roof. I'm old school. You understand? And now you got the house. It's been built. You understand? That's the covering of everything. But right now, we're just building that foundation. So that foundation does not move. You understand? So if y'all could, I'm on live too. So if y'all can give me a 1W so I know that y'all got everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna kind of erase some of the stuff that I know I put up here first. So I know I put this up here first. This here, right? I'm gonna slow down. I don't know if y'all still here. All right, no, sir. We're just gonna get into it. All right. So the connectors, right? So you got the connectors. You have the ones that look like this and the ones that look like this, right? We're going to call this a frown. And we're going to call this a smile. Okay, Most High in Christ. So a frown is apart and smile is together. Most High in Christ, the water for the One West. I don't know why I can't see it. Yeah, well, it might be because the one that I'm in. Because, you know, we got two of them. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was in a 910. It's the other one. All right, Most High in Christ, the water. So we got the connectors, right? So an example of a connector would, I would say, Barak. Let's do Barak. Barak, which means bless, right? So now if I wrote this, and this is only in the ancient, the connectors is only in the ancient, right? Let me see. Only in the ancient. Right? So the ancient would be, so with Barak, you got Ba, Ra, Ka, right? Ba, rock. All right. So with this example, the ba, right, is by itself. So the ba, right, you got ba, rock. And this is important. Why? Because it separates how you're going to say the word or the character together. This character is by itself, right? But these characters are together. So if I didn't write the characters there, it would be ba, ra, right here. And how you would say this is ba, ra, ka. Like I said, I know it's old for some and new for others. You understand? So with that being said, you got the ba, the ra, and the ka. So, for example, right, this one here is Barak because you got the ba here, and the rock. So hopefully you can see with the arrows. You understand? But if I didn't, this is without the connectors. So this is without the connectors, right? You understand? This is why this is Baraka, because you don't have nothing to connect it to actually form a character, or excuse me, a word, right? But the actual word that we're looking for is bless. And Barak is for word for bless. So we would have to put the characters up here, right? And like we said, if it's a frown, it's by itself right here, right? If it's a smile, it's together, right? So y'all give me a 1 West when y'all got that down, and then we're gonna move on to the colors, and that's gonna be the last part of the class. All right, so I got 1 W. All right, I'm gonna wait for one more, and then we're gonna move on, right? All right, Most High Christ, we got another 1 W. So we got the colors. Let me see if I can find if colors is in the Hebrew. Okay, no, it's not. No sweat. All right, so we got black, white, we got yellow, red, purple, blue, and we're gonna do barrel. All right. We. All right. So the colors, right? We got black, which is shakar, white, which is laban, yellow, which is tazahab, red, which is adawam. Who knows and could tell me who else is called red in the Bible? Go ahead. Edomites. Or what else they call them? Esau. Both of you, you're right. The word that you said for Edomites or Edom, that's the actual word for Adawam. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm looking for both. You feel what I'm saying? Because Edom is what he is called. He's an Edomite, but also Esau is a progenitor of what you would call the Edomites or the white race. So both of y'all are absolutely right. You give yourselves a hand, man. You understand? Damn right. Most High and Christ. So we got Adawam, which means red, purple, which is Aragaman, blue is Thakalath, and beryl, which is green, is Tharash Yash. Now I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna do y'all one better, right? So y'all can see, like I said, the way that we can help with pronunciating the word. So you got la bun, right? I know this always helped me. So as much as I can help everybody that's learning, you know what I'm saying, that's reading on. And again, the reason why I'm doing this, right, is because again, the separation of the characters help you pronunciate the characters, right? So you got Shah and then Kar. You got La Bun, Taza Hab, Ada Wam, Aragaman, Thakalath, Tharash Yash. And last but never the least, there's another word that means black, which is the onyx. And if I'm not mistaken, the onyx is what was on the breastplate, the brother's breastplate. I forgot which one I was talking about. But again, the onyx is talking about black as well, and it's shaham, right? So we're gonna let y'all finish writing this down, but I'm gonna pass the class off to precinct officer of 1,000. Also, I time for the security announcement, man. Clap it up.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is commandment, Book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashra, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Get a treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for a priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we're in the feast of first fruits. You understand? So we're gonna be getting it on for the next what we at? Still 50 days. Good night. You getting it on for 50 days. Just know that. You understand? If anyone wants to come and troop in the schools, start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, a mighty, which means to stand. 50 days. 50 days. Man, Israel, we're going to render one courtesy salute to the teacher. Man, Israel, my Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Yam tying down. Sarah, turn and face the sisters. Sisters Amadim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel and my Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahweh Shemar, Thabba Shem Yahshua. Yam tying down. Class dismissed.